I mean, I remember
Roxo is taken out by Pidgeotto's Mud Slap.
this gym became far more difficult between Gen 2 and Gen 5, I think this was. So that's why I am being a bit more kind of alert about this than I would normally be.
Yeah.
Oh, right, he's right. We can buy 10 at once to get the Premier Ball. Oh, well.
Yeah, but who uses Premier Balls?
We should, probably.
I don't think we could have afforded the 10, actually, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'd have to go back again.
It's not. Next time.
Yeah.
We'll keep it in, you'll put it in our pocket and keep it there.
And then Whitney will team wipe us anyway, so probably.
Maybe.
And I don't like null tanks.
Maybe Dr. Roxo will have learned self-destruct by then.
Or more specifically, there are 2 reasons I don't like null tanks. One of them is Whitney, one of them is you.
Yep. One of these days, I will train a milk tank named Whitney and give you just post-traumatic stress.
I'll just refuse to battle you.
That's fair, to be honest. Me and my team of 6 milk tanks.
That's fair enough, Pasman. I don't think I've ever used
Wait, you capture legendaries in Premier Balls? Are you a madman?
I mean, I have used them, but generally it's usually either if I just want something to have to be on my team and I don't want to just have nothing but Pokeballs, or I've run out of actual Pokeballs and it's like the last one I got left. I mean, honestly, never use heal balls.
I tend to just permanently use Dusk Balls if I'm honest. Alright, so this is a job for Couturier. Because this thing will know White Vine Whip.
I'm telling you, my lack of paying attention will get us killed. That's probably the first and only time I have ever said or thought that.
But it's okay, this means we're getting some experience on Couturier too, and Couturier could be a real asset moving forwards. Especially since, well, we know what the next gym's gonna be.
Yeah.
So getting some levels.
Would it even be feasible to have a Noctowl at that point, or would that be overkill?
I'm not sure what the evolution level is, but it's possible. And I'm not...
I've got 18 or 20 in my head.
It's possible. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think...
there we go.
Oh, okay. I think this first gym might give us Roost when we beat it as well, which is very nice for flyers. So if we can get that on Couturier, that can give us some real staying power. Personally, I love moves like Roost. Roost, Recover, Slack Off. Those things are my jam. And well, Milk Drink.
I'm always afraid of the... using it against anything that might potentially have Earthquake. That's the only thing. Which is pretty much everything.
Yeah, but like, if it has Earthquake, is it really gonna predict our Roost?
The AI... good question. I don't know. Thing is, the AI... the thing I found with the AI is you think you know what it's gonna do, and you think you know exactly what it's gonna do, and then it just does the exact opposite. Like the amount of times where you'll think, oh, I gotta get X whatever Pokemon it is I'm using out today because it's gonna get taken out by a super effective move by the Pokemon that it's battling, and then it just doesn't use it at all.
Shall we shift in Brats for days and go for the super effective?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And also, like, if Earthquake's not going to do super effective damage on us, it's going to be neutral. Because we're not weak to.
so all it knows is Vine Whip.
Well, that's an easy to predict one then.
Hey, Lost
But-
Jason, how goes it?
Roxo's level 10. I think it might be 11. It gets Rock Throw.
Hopefully.
I know it's an early move.
Yeah, welcome to the semi-sleep deprived, not fully paying attention run of Pokemon HeartGold Nuzlocke.
Whoa.
Me not paying attention. I mean, one of these days it is actually, well, you know, some battle is actually going to be catastrophic. I'm not going to be paying attention, and we're going to get a team wipe because of it.
Especially in the early games of Nuzlocke, things can snowball hard.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with my brain, kind of.
I mean, if you're tired, it's not.
Yeah, so far, Jason, none of them. We're still at the full. Our death toll is 0 at the moment, but that will probably change fairly soon.
Oh, is there a path left from here actually, or is that lower down?
Left from Violet City, or
Left from the route we're currently on. I think there might be another area we can get to.
I'll have a look. And thank you.
But we've got to take down this first gym too, so
Yeah.
we've got real hurdles ahead of us.
Which is kind of why, you know, hence the grinding to try and get Rock Throw on Dr. Roxo, the Geodude.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't go past that guy.
Yeah, but I think there might be like a gatehouse to the left, which we can go through. And that will get us another Pokemon.
Ooh, that sounds tough actually. What game are you Nuzlocking?
We should probably just switch to Kutri. This is going to take a while otherwise.
Why the fuck did I go to Bellsprout? I'm telling you, my brain is not working. And again, this is kind of...
Getting stressed about it's not going to make it any better. You just got to take stock.
Yeah, not
Calm yourself
only am I sort of not fully paying attention, and I'm also not, recognizing that this is a Nuzlocke, and I need to be. But again, in other Pokemon games, when I'm playing it, it's okay to make mistakes, whereas in this, not so much.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you can...
This is my first Nuzlocke ever, and I still haven't really got into that.
Rat for days.
Just a go lurk left, eh? So is it one of the Gen 5 games you're Nuzlocking?
I think that'd be like Black-White / Black-White 2 if he's got a go luck. There is a gatehouse.
Yeah.
A whole new area.
When they in was it wasn't Golett and Golurk in X and Y as well?
Probably. Most things are in X and Y. I think there's grass around here where we can get something which isn't unknown. There is grass. There. To the left. Is that not grass?
No.
No, there's a bush. I thought that was grass.
Yeah, there is grass where you have to go through the ruins to get to it. I'm
Oh,
not sure if that counts as a different route or if it's still the ruins of Alpha or what.
The ruins of Alpha inside as well. Just check that there's not some grass around the upper area, because there may be some we can get to. There's water.
Yeah, Golurk is in X and Y.
Yeah, doesn't look like there's any grass we can get to yet, unfortunately.
However, new route.
New route up there, but I don't think any grass we can get to on it yet either.
No.
Nope. Not till we get through the skinny tree.
That's actually
that
a
was-
very good question, Hasman.
Mhm.
Is each unknown letter a different Pokemon?
They're all registered as unknown, but it's a null point because we could only have one Pokemon from the Ruins of Elf anyway. And that's the only place they appear.
Oh yeah, excuse me. I know it's a moot point because they're the only thing that's available, but still.
But yeah, I wouldn't count different forms as different Pokemon.
Fair enough. Oh, Jason, are you playing along now? Well, I say playing along in 2 entirely different games, but you get the idea.
Good luck, has 1 HP left.
And thank you for the follow, Jason. Oh wow, I'm currently now 4 away from the 75 mark. I still have no idea what to do for 75 followers. Aside from panic. I mean, I didn't even think of anything as far as that goes. It was just kind of a way for me to track on screen. What were you battling? Yeah, it was just kind of a way for me to track on stream how, you know, where we were kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in the case of Skyrim, it was a way of me covering up my
Cooter? Yeah, good Cooter.
my information should I forget to change screens and just go straight into the Xbox menu.
Yeah, but when you got goals, there has to be celebrations when they're fulfilled. That's just the nature of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but I'm also the sort of person that generally doesn't celebrate any goals at all that I fulfill. I mean, oftentimes I don't even bother making goals in the first place, but I just kind of putz around.
Praise be to Cootery, slayer of Bellsprouts.
Sounded very Darkest Dungeon, eh? God, that game is so good, but so frustrating for me.
This is that what I should be like during the next fight? Just back fiends! Trinkets and baubles paid for in blood.
Again, I used to have those as Streamlabs alerts, but I deleted them.
Is there
because
hope, or is it a trick of the light? I would love to do
Yes.
voice acting. It seems like it would be fun.
I have to be honest, it's something I would love to do as well. Oh, you failed thanks to the champ. Damn. Yeah, that I can imagine that being heartbreaking, that you get right to the last trainer or the last couple of trainers before you've essentially won, and that's what takes you out.
I mean, I've been in that position before, and it is, but then there's also that part of you which goes, but I fucked this up, and I fucked this up, and I got that close. And it kind of fuels a strange sense of determination in you as well. Like, if I just didn't make those mistakes, this would have been easy.
So basically the Soulspawn mentality then.
Yeah, at least that's what it's like with me.
Fair enough. Like I say, I still rate Bloodborne as being one of my favourite games of this generation, even though it made me so frustrated
I feel ya.
a couple of different places, specifically HeartGold
I mean, my current run,
after Rom.
everything's been going pretty gravy so far, but Ludwig is as scary as shit, and I have close to no battle plan for him.
Yeah.
And I got to
Is
deal with that on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, it's Tuesday that you're streaming it, isn't it?
Tuesday
Okay,
Bloodborne,
I'll,
Sunday Dark Souls.
If I do an editing stream, I'll work around that. I mean, it all depends on how my sleeping pattern works out, because, I mean, after this, I'm probably going to just go and... Or, you know, I'll probably do, like, very few things, and then go and pass out. Probably for about 2 hours, and then wake up and be up all day again, but...
I slept so heavy yesterday. Like, I got back from work, I think about like 4ish, had like a bath, and then by half 4 I was just out. And I was out till like 9:30 this morning.
Fair enough.
It was...
Because mine, how I've been sleeping lately is I'll wake up around sort of...
Yes, level 11, I think rock throw time.
Yay! How I've been sleeping lately has been sort of... how can I put it? I'll wake up... around
Mud sport.
anything between 12 and 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be awake until around 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Sleep for 3 hours, wake up, or 3 or 4 hours, then wake up for tea, and then just
We're good, we can heal up and do the gym now.
True. What's one more battle?
Yeah, although can you just check if Geodude knows defense curl?
It does.
I think it does. I think it's defense curl, rock polish, rock throw tackle. Good it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like how I've been sleeping lately, and then it'll be a case of right, well, I try and stay awake for a little while, and then but oftentimes, like today, it was just basically catnapping.
Yeah, that's a bad pattern to get into.
Yeah, I'd sort of fall asleep for like anything between 20 minutes or so, and then I'd wake up again, be awake for another half an hour or so, and then sleep for 20 minutes, and that's basically what I was doing today.
Yeah.
So like there are bits and pieces of your stream that I just totally missed for like 20 minutes or so. Like I woke up just as you were fighting your successful attempt with the Capra demon.
Ah, so you missed all the bad takes.
I saw 1 or 2 of them, and then like say passed out for like 20 minutes, woke back up, and it was your successful run, which is like say why I was so quiet in chat after a while. I just could not keep myself focused on anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. You do what you got to do. There's certainly been moments in some of your streams where I've just been zoning out because, it's late and I've been working or whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I tend to do is like, if I can't fully, push all my attention onto a stream for whatever reason, I'll at least leave it running so that the view numbers go up.
Fair enough.
Regardless of who it is, unless it's like, one of the bigger channels where me viewing really isn't going to help matters.
Alright, so it's gym time.
Oh, you've moved on to Ultra Moon now, huh? I like Golurk. I think I did train one up in, and I'm not sure if it was white or white 2 now, and I ended up really enjoying, but I haven't used one since.
As a physical ghost, Golurk was something I wanted to like a lot more than I did. But I always found that it kind of appeared too late in the game for it to be an important part of my team.
Yeah, it does have that issue, sadly. But...
Whilst I know in Moon version, I was able to get a Misdreavus, like, pretty early game. And because of that, Miss Magius became an integral part of my team, and it was great, because it was a ghost which I hadn't actually used before. But...
I don't think I've ever used a Miss Magius either.
But yeah, it was good. It was a male Miss Magius named Mana, after the guitarist from Malice Miser.
Haswin, yeah, the Gen 7 games for me are a bit of a mixed bag. I really enjoyed the first playthrough I did of Sun. Oh
no, take out the trainer. Like, it's just going to be like a 1 rock throw when we win anyway. And it's pretty good experience.
But I also like the glassy, let's just wander on this bullshit, because why not? Yeah, like I say, the Gen 7 games were kind of a bit mixed bag for me in that I...
Ho ho! Ho ho!
I just realised we're not even screwed with minor trainers at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, minor trains haven't been really saying stuff important.
Yeah, just
Watch this guy drops over deep lore.
we have birds, love our birds, and so forth. Okay, but yeah, Gen 7 games are kind of a mixed bag for me. Like, I really enjoyed the changes they made in that, you know, not having to do the whole gym challenge thing again was definitely refreshing. And you know, and each of the island challenges being different was really good. The thing that I dislike the most about the Gen 7 games, and pretty much every game after Gen 4 or every generation after 4 has had the same problem, is the game kind of takes you by the hand and pulls you along. And I kind of miss like the first 3 generations, more or less. It was kind of, here's your Pokemon, now go.
Mm.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Whereas in Gen 7, it's kind of... And Ultra Sun and Moon do seem to have trimmed some of the fat there, I will admit, because in Sun and Moon, they kind of did this whole thing where it took a while before you got your first Pokemon. And then after you got your first Pokemon, it was a while then before you even got into your first battle. And like I say, they did trim some of the fat in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, from what I can tell in the little that I played it. But
Honestly, I feel like the best kind of recent Pokemon game I've played was the X and Y generation. I felt like that game was incredibly well handled.
I'm gonna go and heal up anyway, just for the sake of healing.
Okay.
But yeah, I really enjoyed X and Y. I just wish the post game had a bit more to it, because basically once you finish the main, you know, the whole Elite Four thing, you're not that much to do. And
it's true.
You know, aside from Zygarde and Mewtwo, and then the Friend Safari, and that's pretty much it.
But again, kind of with the variety of decent Pokemon it offers you during the game, with, you know, that character customization, which, you know, was actually fairly in depth.
Yeah.
It did too many things right, but I can overlook it having a bad post game, because like, what post game did Gen 1 have? None.
Yeah, but Gen 1 could get away with it because it was the first. Is the thing I sort of, you know, Gen 1 could get away with a lot of things that. And I think a lot of people had the same thing, although, you know, it's like that whole nostalgia goggles thing. Where if you release a Gen 1 game, you know, exactly as they were now, maybe just tweak the glitches and, you know, the things that didn't work the way that they intended them to, I genuinely think people would probably complain a lot about them.
Well, they did so. They did release them on the Game Boy DS.
No, I mean without the luxury of being the first gen.
Okay, like as a new title.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. We skipped over Falkner there as well, but who cares about Falkner?
Shit, yeah. I care about Falkner. I like it.
I am the Birdman. Fear my birds. Caw-caw! That's what he said.
My dad loves birds, and he forced me to love birds too, even though I much rather poodles. Now I gotta take care of his shitty bird Pokemon in this terrible, terrible gym. I can only beat Chikoritas. But yeah, that's the thing I find, you know, because a lot of people, especially with the thing I found, like, especially whenever new Pokemon designs come through, and you get so many where it's sort of, well, that's just this thing, they've run out of ideas, and you sort of think, Diglett evolves into three Diglets. Magneton is just Magnemite is just a bunch of magnets that evolves into 3 bunches of magnets. Voltorb is just a
we can still fly.
You know, Voltorb is just a Pokeball that turns into an upside down bigger Pokeball. You know, so it's like that's kind of where I stand on those kinds of things. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a problem, and I still love the Gen 1 games, but, you know, the amount of criticism I see for some of the newer games, I don't think it's deserved. But what I dislike, and again, as Hasman said, they have got easier to play in general. It's not even necessarily that they got easier, because you can turn, in a lot of cases, you can turn the things that make them easier off.
Did you notice what that Pidgeotto just did to us there?
Sun attack.
Well, it was roosting to restore its health up,
Yeah.
but roosting also made it no longer weak to rock throw.
Yeah, I did notice, where I just kind of figured that rock throw is probably more powerful than tackle.
It is, but I'm just saying that's something to keep in mind when we get roost.
Yeah.
That it trades off our rock weakness. We just completely lose flying type.
And it kind of, do not miss. You miss. You shit.
It's gone to roost.
Yeah, it's not even necessarily. I don't even necessarily that the games think that the games being easier is a bad thing in and of themselves. I'll heal after this turn. Oh, it roosted anyway.
It's okay.
But
I think you get 10 PP on a roost,
Yeah.
so it will run out.
It's more that, you know, instead of sort of here's your Pokemon, now go explore the world, and certain things are locked off to you until you do certain parts of the story, which has always been the case, and that's how pretty much every RPG works. It's that it's sort of
No, I get you. There is a lot more guidance.
yeah, it's like, oh, right, you have your first Pokemon, now you have to go to this town and you have to do this specific thing, and then after you do this specific thing you have to go to this place and do this thing, and we're not going to leave you alone until you do it. And that's what bugs me. I hate it when any game does that. It's just sort of, let me play how I want to play, please.
I do get that, but there's also been a lot more of an effort to...
Stop using Roost, you shit.
This is why Roost is good. A Pidgeotto has no right having this much staying power, but it does purely off the back of Roost.
We can do this all day, Pidgeotto.
Yep. It's going to run out of PP before we do, as long as we keep peppering and tackle.
really dislike moves, I gotta be honest. And, well, self-healing moves in general, I'm not much a fan of. Although, still not as bad as Double Team. You know, if you get a Pokemon that, like a Molga, for example, where,
That's Potion up here.
it's, in Alessa's game, in Alessa's case, it's, in Black and White, it just uses Double Team a whole lot, and that's it.
Okay, now that we're healed up, let's switch over to Hickey, just to get this sand attack off us.
Yeah, although knowing my luck, it'll probably end up using Sand Attack anyway. Yeah, pretty much, Coat, so that's what, oh, welcome, by the way. That's what my issue is. I mean, the games being easier isn't necessarily, like... I can understand why they did it, and I enjoy the fact that you have another Roost, you bastard.
It's another Roost it no longer has. Let's see what our water attack does.
I really, you know, I like that it's sort of, we put this thing in that makes the game easier, however, you can just turn the experience share off. I mean, I know it doesn't really...
Water gun doesn't do much, but let's try Lair. Maybe we can drop its defense and then just one-shot it with a rock throw.
Hopefully. You know, so... I know it doesn't account for, you know, experience yields being different, because I'm almost certain that, especially from going from Generation 1...
Whoa. Potion. Gust will kill us right now.
I am so glad you're paying attention, because I'm not. Oh god, I am terrible at Nuzlocke. Anyway, so... I'm almost certain that Gen 1 had a much lower experience yield than any of the others.
Okay, lure again.
I'm not sure whether that's actually the case and whether like the numbers are the same, but you know each Pokemon's level you needed to have more experience to gain that level kind of thing.
And now we should be able to shift over to Roxo again. Now that the sound attack is off.
Yeah, and hopefully it won't go sand attack again once we switch in.
This thing's not used it yet. It's used Tackle, it's used Roost, and it's used Gust. Its fourth move could be Sand Attack, but we just don't know right now.
Yeah, I thought that was the case. They do change it every generation, or close to every generation. But
Rock Throw and Prey.
Oh, you ass!
Another Roost it no longer has.
So I kind of... Yay!
And it's dead.
Thank you for the critical, Roxo. That cocaine did you good. So yeah, like I say, I kind of... You know, that was just something I noticed going back to Pokemon Yellow when they were re-released. Trying to train up an entire team took forever.
But I also feel like you could get away with being much lower levels in that game.
To a point.
Like, I think it was like a level 40 something Nidoking, and that could just handle most of the Elite Four. Like, the levels which I cleared that game at were far lower than they were when I was a kid.
You know, so like I say, certain things like that don't really bother me as much as, like, say, being told you have to go to this specific place before you can move on and do this. Like the whole trainer school thing. You know, normally that's an optional thing that you do just for the sake of doing it to get.
Yeah, but normally there's not battles and stuff like that in it either. They made it kind of part of the story.
Yeah, but it's just sort of.
But anyway, let us move forward.
I guess I don't like being told you have to do these things. You know, I prefer to be told these things are here for you to do, and you know you can only explore this part of the map until you do, I don't know, whatever the gym leader or the whatever the challenge is, and then you know that's fine because that's just general RPG or JRPG. Game.
But you're gonna get that because they're trying to tell a larger scale story than they were in earlier gens. Because people were giving them crap for making the same game over again.
Yeah, like say I can see what.
But let's move forward. We're just kind of standing in the gym at the moment.
Yeah. With that badge, Pokemon, including traded Pokemon up to level 20, will obey you without question. It also enables you to use the hidden move Rock Smash anytime outside of battle. Obtain the TM's 51.
That my boy Roost.
By using a TM, a Pokemon will instantly learn a new move. Think before you act, a TM can only be used once. That is something that I do enjoy that they changed, where you can use it once.
There was no reason for TMs to be one use only.
Yeah. TM51 contains Roost. It restores half the max HP. There are Pokemon gyms in cities and towns ahead. Make good use of them. As for your next move, I would suggest Azalea Town. Okay. Hey, Nectophile.